Today we're checking out the Raxiom Axial Series sequential turn signal LED side marker lights with smoked lenses for the 2018 and newer Jeep Wranglers with the factory halogen light package. These lights are a great option for Wrangler owners looking to modernize their vehicle's appearance while enhancing visibility and safety. The standout feature of these side marker lights are going to be the sequential turn signal function. When activated, the amber LEDs are going to illuminate in a dynamic sequence, providing a modern and eye-catching signaling method. This is not only going to add a stylish touch to your Wrangler, but also improves communication to the other drivers out there on the road. The lights utilize super bright LED technology, ensuring that your signals are clearly visible in various lighting conditions and even bad weather. The smoked polycarbonate lenses offer a slick, aggressive look without compromising light output. Whether you're navigating city streets or off-road on the trails, these lights enhance both the form and function of your turn signals. Constructed from durable ABS plastic housings, these side marker lights are built to withstand the elements. The smoked lenses are made from very tough polycarbonate, providing resistance against impacts and UV rays, so they're not going to get hazy or fade or crack over time. The lights are fully sealed to prevent moisture and dust intrusion, and ensuring long-lasting performance without getting that fogged look under the lens. Designed as a direct replacement for the factory side markers, they maintain the original fit and finish of your Wrangler. As far as the pricing goes on this, it's coming in right around that mid $200 price range. Considering the combination of the modern style, enhanced visibility, and the durable construction, this is a solid value for anybody looking to upgrade their Wrangler's lighting. Installation is very straightforward, so we're rating this just a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can have this installed in 1 hour or less of your time. These lights are designed as a direct plug-and-play replacement for the factory side marker lights. All right, now let's check out an install video from one of our extreme terrain customers and show you exactly how this install goes.
Here are the tools that I will be using to replace the daytime running lights on my Jeep Wrangler. You will need an electric ratchet if you have it. If not, you can use a standard ratchet, 10mm socket, and an extension for it. Also use a T30 Torx wrench, a T25 Torx wrench, a small flathead screwdriver, a Phillips head screwdriver, some cutters, and then also 2 different pry tools to take the plastic pins out and also to help remove part of the fender from the body of the Jeep. Hi, we're going to be replacing the daytime running lights on my 2020 Wrangler JL 2-piece fender with the Raxiom daytime running light with LEDs, and we will be keeping the side lights, so we'll add those to that as well. All right, first step is we're going to be using our pry tool to take off some rivets underneath here that will allow us to get our inner fender well cover off, and we will also be using a 10mm socket to take off 1 bolt here. We've got 1 right here, and then 1 over on the side. So as we go, just kind of have to get up in there, pull these out. There we go. Now we will use our 10mm socket. First one we're going to be removing is right here on the side. There's the first one out. Number 2 is out. And then our third one. There we go. Those are out. Now, just kind of have to pop it around. Using your pry tool can help as well. There we go. Now it'll drop right out. We can set that around to the side. All right, next step is we're gonna use our 10mm socket and remove this bolt right here, and then also this bolt right here. And after I get those pulled out, we will use a Torx wrench with a T30 bit to take out here, here, and here. So let's go ahead and take out these 2 10mm. The second one here. Now we will go over to our T30 Torx wrench. There's two. And here's the third one. All right, next step is we've got to take this bracket out, and you can gently kind of pull these pieces down and it'll slide out. It's a little tricky. Okay, now that we've got our wires out of the way for our bulbs, I'm gonna go ahead, and there are some clips. For some reason, mine are not attached, but there are some clips that you can just pull down, pop those out, and then we're gonna feed these. All right, our next step is to pull our old DRL running light cases out of the way. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And then we've also got one right here on the side. This is a T30. So we're gonna take that one out first. And be careful, because that's what releases your side light, which we will pull right out of the way and just set that down. Now we're gonna use a T25 and go ahead and pull these 4 screws out. There's our first one. There's our second one. And then our last one is right over here. We'll try to keep a hold of it. As soon as this one comes out, the light will be ready to come out as well. All right, there we go. Got those out. All right, our next step is to unhook the wires from the old lights. And the easiest way I found to do this is take your pry tool, and you can get right up in here and just pop this out. Just like that. And then we're gonna take a small screwdriver, and you need to pop this red tab down. And then here's where the tricky part comes in. There's a tab. All right, our next step, now that we've got our wiring harness out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and take the new light and attach it to our piece that goes down here. Put a couple of the small T25 screws back in. And we've got one more right there. Okay, now that we've got those 2 screws in the bottom, we're gonna go ahead and bring our light in here and feed it up in. And it should matches right up to our mounting points. Let's go ahead and get a screw in there to help hold it while we get everything lined up. There we go, got our pieces back. Actually, now we're gonna go ahead and take our auxiliary side light, and that is gonna feed through here. There we go. I can feel it gripping now. We've got that tightened down, so that should be good to go. Now we'll go back to our T25. Let's get our other one up here. It's tight space, makes it hard to work sometimes, but we got it. Feed that one up in. And we'll get our wrench up in there. There we go, get this tightened down. Go back over here on this side, tighten this one down. Now we're gonna gently pull this fender well out again so we can get this piece up on top. There we go. Make sure all of our clips went back in, which they did, that's good. Now we can take
and hook this wire up here. It'll slide right in, that attaches there. All right, now that we've got everything tightened up in there, we've got our bracket that we need to gently slide back up in there. So we're gonna kind of hold these wires out of the way, and we're gonna get this guy back up in here. Remember, gonna gently pull this back. That feeds down into there. Just takes a little bit of finagling. Right there like that. I think we got it. Now I'm gonna grab our first T30 and we're gonna feed that guy in right here on the side. Get it in there a little bit and let's tighten that guy up. There we go. Let's go to our next one. And go right up here in the top corner. That guy's tightened down, and we got one last one. This is gonna be the one that's gonna go in the bottom middle. Let's get those wires out of the way. We'll get this guy in. And we're good and tight. Now our next step is to get our two 10mm bolts, and we're gonna put those back in here and also up in this one. But before we do that, we've got to get this piece back in. So we want to gently pull this fender out of the way again. Pop this guy up in there. There we go, just like that. Perfect fit. Now we'll get our 10mm bolts. Here's our first one. Get that guy, make sure it's going the right direction. There we go, that one's in. Now we'll go ahead and get our second one in. It's gonna go right up underneath here. There we go, get that one started. Get our 10mm socket on here. All right, that is good there. We've got those. Everything's good and tightened down. Now what we need to do is feed our wires. And we're gonna take this and just feed it right up through here. It's the same channel that we had when we took the other wires and unhooked those. Go through this area first. And then we're gonna come here on this bracket. Same thing, go right through. Now, we've got this silver box right here. This, we need to find an attach point, and I'm gonna put mine right up here. So we've gotta pull this red tape off, and then we can just take that, find us a good spot. I think right here is perfect. Set that right up in there. Give it a good press, and that tape should hold it in place. Now back over to this side. We can take this and our bracket up here and go ahead and gently attach those guys together. And you're good. You've got this push tab. You can take it and put it right back up. Set it there. And one thing I did, I grabbed a zip tie so that I can pull this slack out a little bit. And I'm gonna feed it back up underneath here. Then I'm gonna run a zip tie. And that's just my personal preference, just to hold these wires in place. There we go. And I'll take a pair of cutters, snip that end off, and we should be good. And then we can just take these, and these will just feed right back up in here, get them out of the way. And we should be good on everything installing there. I'll move my light out of the way. So the last thing we have to do, just double check, making sure everything's hooked up, everything's good and tight. Now we're gonna go and move in to put our wheel well cover back in. All right, we've got everything good. The last step is to replace our inner fender well cover. So we'll slide that on. Get that part slid in there. There we go. Feed these around. Make sure everything lines up. Everything should be good there. Now we can start with our push pins. And I'll take one of our push pins. We'll go make sure everything's lined up. There we go, there's our first one in. Yep, this one goes right up underneath here. So, right up there, holds that in there. And then that'll snap in. This one goes down on the bottom. And then we've got our 10 millimeter bolts. First one will go in right up underneath here. Get that started. Gotta kind of pull that over a little bit. There we go. I'm gonna now get my socket on it. All right, that one's good. Now we'll go to our next one, right up underneath here. Start it a little finger first, and then get our socket on it. That one's good. Then we got one last one that will be right over here. There we go, I got that one started. And those are in, and that completes the install.
All right, that's gonna wrap up our review and install of the Raxium Axial Series sequential turn signal LED side marker lights with smoked lenses for the 2018 and newer Jeep Wranglers with the factory halogen light package. And for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at Extreme Terrain.